Let's say you and your partner had a fight last night, and now he doesn't want to talk to you. He is in his silent mode. He gives you the silent treatment. You feel guilty, but you don't even know why. You try to apologize, but you know how they are. They want you to suffer. They want you to pay for what you did. So 3 days have passed and you are going crazy. You feel guilty and angry at the same time, and you don't know what to do. So, what should you do? What is the way out of this? The silent treatment, the sweet, sweet torture. I know because I used to torture my parents a lot when I was a teenager. I didn't yell back at them, I didn't slam the door. No, no, no. I went into a silent mode. And every time they felt guilty for what they did. The silent mode is a powerful manipulation tool to gain power over your parents or partner. But even though it's a powerful tool, nobody benefits from it and it doesn't solve any problem. So why do we go into a silent mode? When our partner criticizes, rejects, or otherwise doesn't accept us, we get offended. Justified or unjustified, it doesn't matter. What matters is that we feel like shit at that moment. And nobody wants to feel like shit. So what do we do when we feel like that? Some people yell back at their partner. And some people, they bury that feeling so deep and pretend nothing happened. Some people try to rationalize it, and some people go into silent mode. The silent mode is just one of the methods to deal with negative feelings that arise when we are criticized, rejected, or otherwise unaccepted. When we are in a silent mode, we still feel bad, don't get me wrong. It's not like we get an emotional relief out of it. But feeling offended and angry in some strange way feels better than feeling rejected or unaccepted. And it's also a revenge, a punishment for criticism we received from our partner. Like, oh, you don't like me? Let me show you how I feel about you. I don't like you either. It's silly, I know, but when we feel hurt, we want to hurt our partner back. It's a defense mechanism. However, if you are on the other side of that mess, if you are the guilty one, if you are the punished one, I sympathize with you. If you have a partner who is easily offended and goes into a silent mode every time you say something he doesn't agree with, that kind of partner is hard to be around. I have experienced that side also, and it's brutal. The person you love is offended, and you didn't mean to offend him. You love him, and now he doesn't want to talk to you. He doesn't want to forgive you, and you don't know what is happening in his head, and that uncertainty drives you crazy. You feel guilty and angry at the same time. And you are also worried because you don't know if he will ever want to speak with you again. And whatever you do, it doesn't help. You are at his mercy. Okay, how do we get out of this situation? First, I have to make it clear. If you are disrespectful to your partner, just apologize. Admit that you are wrong and apologize. You know, sometimes we are in a bad mood and we say something we shouldn't say. Shit happens, so be fair and apologize for it. And mean it. If you apologize, mean what you say. That's important. Otherwise, it won't work. People can feel if what you say you mean or not. But if you are not disrespectful and you didn't mean to offend him, you just stood up for your beliefs and he couldn't handle it, well, that's a trickier situation. I used to have a problem to stand up for myself. And on a rare occasion that I did stand up for myself, I was met with resentment from my partner. And because I didn't really believe that I was right to stand up for myself, I felt guilty. I felt guilty for standing up for myself, because in doing so, I hurt my partner. When you find yourself in that situation, you really have only two options. The first option is to deny yourself and apologize to him for contradicting him. I don't like that option because it holds you in a submissive position and you feel like you are in a prison. You have no rights. But when you are weak and you are too afraid to stand up for yourself, that is the option you will probably choose. And it's okay. Just work on yourself and become stronger. And next time choose the second option, which is deal with your guilt and stay strong in your beliefs that you are standing up for. As long as you feel guilty for standing up for yourself, he will have power over you and he can manipulate you. It is your guilt that allows him to manipulate you with his silent mode. But as soon as you let go of your guilt, he has nothing left to manipulate you with. You are free. Okay, so now is the time to explain to him why you stood up for yourself. To explain your point of view and tell him that you still love him, that you understand him, but you love and understand yourself too. And in this case, you will stand up by your beliefs. Maybe he doesn't talk to you, but he listens to you. Tell him that when he is ready, you two can talk about it, and that he doesn't need to hurry. He can take time to think about it. And then you leave it at that. You leave him be as long as necessary. Eventually, he will realize that there is no other way but to come out of his silent mode. After all, no one really enjoys being in a silent mode. And those who tend to be easily offended, I feel you. I know you don't like to be offended, but you feel that you have no other choice. I was that person, just like you, and I would like to say to you, it is in your power not to feel offended, if you choose to. You can choose how you react to criticism or rejection. I must admit that it was hard not to feel offended at first. I had this deep trauma from my childhood of not being accepted and loved. And every time someone rejected me or disagreed with me, I experienced that trauma all over again. I felt the pain of not being accepted and loved. So the key of setting myself free of being offended for every little thing was I had to face and let go of this childhood trauma and start to feeling loved again. I had to connect myself and find a way to love myself again. It took time, a few years, but eventually I got stronger. And now I don't get offended. It's great. I feel strong and I can take criticism and rejection. This is life. You can't escape possibility of being criticized or rejected. So you have to get strong in loving yourself and others. That is the cure. Okay, my dear friends, that is it for today. I hope you found something interesting and valuable for yourself in this video. You can find more videos like that about relationships on my YouTube channel. Check it out if you want, it's free. I also made a beautiful guidebook, Find the Connection with Your Inner Self. You can find it in my shop. I will put the link down below in the description. Have a great day and see you next Saturday.